This video will give you a short overview of the Magna Via Francigena, Sicily's very own pilgrimage route. We've got full guides on our website, but hopefully this vid just gives you a bit of a flavour of the route. Oh, and heads up, I'm shortening the Magna Via Francigena to MVF for the purposes of this video, much less of a mouthful. So what is the MVF? It is a 186-kilometre route that starts in the north of Sicily in Palermo and finishes in the south in Agrigento, so it crosses the whole of Sicily, and it's a pilgrimage route. It follows an ancient path used for centuries by traders, pilgrims and even conquerors, and takes you through Sicily's interior, a side of the island that many people miss. Most people walk the route in 9 daily stages, averaging between 15 and 25 kilometres, but even for experienced walkers, don't expect an easy time of it. The total elevation gain of the route is about 21,000 feet, so over 9 days that's a fair bit of climbing each day. What's unique about this route is the combination of cultural history and natural beauty. You'll walk through rural villages, olive groves and dramatic landscapes. So let's break down the daily stages. You start in Palermo, which is great for exploring before you begin. From there, the first day takes you to Monreale, famous for its stunning cathedral. As you move further inland, you'll pass through towns like Corleone and Prizzi, and really tiny little villages that you've probably never heard of. One of the highlights is Sutera, a beautiful hilltop town with panoramic views. Each day is different on the route, and the scenery changes as you go, so it keeps things really interesting. The MVF is pretty well signposted with red and white way markings, but we did use the All Trails app to check our direction quite a few times. The final leg brings you to Agrigento, where the ancient Valley of the Temples is a fitting end to your journey, and there's also a beautiful cathedral in the city. So what are some of the highlights and why should you walk this route? Firstly, we felt totally welcome throughout our journey. Often there was street art or signposts welcoming us to the town. It's a bit like a less crowded alternative to things like the Camino. You'll encounter fewer tourists and it gives you a chance to have more authentic local experiences. The walk gives you also a chance to engage with Sicilian culture in a way that isn't possible if you were travelling by car or by bus. We visited so many places that we otherwise just never would have seen. The accommodation is super too, so this is the view from one of the B&Bs that we stayed in on the route. For us, a big highlight was Italian coffee every morning, and cannoli and all the sweet treats, and of course pizza, pasta and quite a few glasses of wine. Walking the MVF is a fantastic way to challenge yourself physically and mentally while disconnecting from the usual tourist trail. And of course, the scenery is pretty spectacular. So to challenges and preparation. Firstly, the terrain. Well, paths were sometimes overgrown, and in some places, I hate to put people off, but we did see a couple of snakes. Paths can be muddy underfoot too, so progress on some days for us was quite slow. You'll want to plan ahead. Accommodation is limited, and sometimes because you stay in such tiny little villages, there might only be one B&B. Detailed guides are on our website to help you plan. Aside from that, preparation for the walk is important. Packing light is key, don't take any more than the essentials. And of course, don't forget water and sun protection. Sicilian weather can be really harsh, even outside of the summer. Finally, aside from the heat, one of the big challenges we faced on the MVF was encountering aggressive farm dogs. Look, it didn't ruin our experience, but it certainly wasn't a highlight, and we weren't always sure how to deal with it when we had dogs barking in our face. Luckily, nobody was hurt, but it was a concern for us, and it's something we've not encountered on other long-distance walks. So that's the MVF in a nutshell. If you're considering a pilgrimage or a long-distance walk and want something a bit out of the ordinary, the MVF might be perfect for you. For more tips and full details, check out our website, lotuses.travel. Thank you for watching.